Last week was our first playoff game, and my plaque psoriasis was so itchy under all my gear. Sometimes just thinking about scratching could take me out of the moment. And then my doctor told me I could get clearer skin with a pill called Otezla.
Otezla apremilast is a prescription medicine used to treat adult patients with plaque psoriasis for whom phototherapy or systemic therapy is appropriate. Otezla can help you get clearer skin after just 4 months.
Okay, ready for the next game. Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Call 1-844-4-OTEZLA or visit Otezla.com for prescribing info about cost, and more.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Welcome to another exciting hour of Talking Real Money, the talk show about money, really. 855-935-TALK is our phone number, 855-935-8255. I'm Don McDonald. I'm Don. Over there, that's Tom Cock. Tom.
Thank you.
And you're all out there being you, and we're just glad you are, too. If we can help you out, give us a call, 855-935-8255, 855-935-TALK.
And we've covered lots of topics so far already. We had the woman who is at 71, still working full-time.
You're living in the past again.
I know, working, trying to figure out a new 401k. How about, what do I do with my cash? Should I leave it in a safety deposit box? No. Should I trust the bank I work at to give me good investment? Well, maybe.
Well, okay, now wait, let's start there. I want to go back to that. I really do. And again, I know, I mentioned this in the last hour. I know I seem very critical of people who sell product for commission.
Some might even say hostile.
In some ways.
Yes.
But let me explain. This is very important that you understand there is an absolute reason for it. It's because of the fact that most of the time, what they charge is not justified by the services they provide. And you, as a customer, don't even get to know what they charge because very rarely do they ever disclose it in anything other than a commission. I mean, in a prospectus. They don't disclose the commission except via prospectus. And I've polled almost everyone I've ever met. Do you read a prospectus? No. You ever read it?
It's in there. You got to read it. I didn't read it.
It's in there. Yeah. Well, okay, but like when I download a piece of software, it has the terms and agreements. Do you read it? No, it's like 45 pages, and I have work to do.
Yes.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah, right. I agree.
I always click I agree.
Yeah, I mean, and so this gets back to really where do you get the advice you need then?
Right.
Yeah,
and that's why I am such a fiduciary fiend.
Yeah. 100% always fiduciary.
I am a really big fan of the 100% fiduciary standard. I believe that everyone who provides investing advice of any kind in any way, shape, or form should be required to act in the best interest of the people they serve. Doesn't that just make sense? Yet, the investment industry now, get this, the SEC's new fiduciary rule would not allow anyone to use the term advisor, as in financial advisor,
I know.
unless they act as a fiduciary, which is great, but now the industry's fighting it. Because they don't want to have to tell the truth. They have a bad rep because they want to lie. They say, well, this is good for the consumer. Lying is good for the consumer. If we told them the whole truth, then we wouldn't have any business
Yeah, it's kind of if the government told us about aliens, everyone would run screaming argument. No, but but
mine's real and theirs isn't.
Well, that's a good point. But what they really want is to give advice in the way they want to give it. Without
to make the most money for them.
Yeah, you can make that argument.
That's my argument.
Okay, I mean you could make that argument.
I'm going to continue to make that argument. 855-935-TALK is our phone number, and let's just go to the phones.
Okay.
Mitch, welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, Tom and hi. Yeah, I'm here. Hi, Tom and Don. How you doing?
Very well. How can we help you today?
Good. I'm give you a high level situation. I'm 67. I'm retired. I've got great pensions, thank goodness. maxed out on my Social Security, so I'm doing very well with that. I don't need. I've got no debt. I've got a very large amount of money in my IRA, but I got this annuity that I got talked into.
I thought you were going to call us just to brag or something. I was
Wait,
going to
hold
say,
on,
hey,
hold
okay,
on, wait.
good for
Did you notice what he just said?
What did he say?
I have an annuity that I got talked into.
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, no one goes out and buys an annuity.
Wake up in the morning, can't wait to buy that variable annuity. Got to get right down there. Go ahead, bitch.
The thing that I did with it, at least to at least preserve some of it, was I got it over to under the Vanguard umbrella.
Okay.
So at least the costs for this are minimized. I've had it since the late 1990s. Cost base is about $200K. It's worth about $450. And the only good thing that I can think about this annuity right now is, if I'm right, is that when I'm getting closer to my required minimum distribution.
So this is an IRA annuity.
It's not under my IRA.
No.
It's a
I thought you
standalone.
It's just a very okay. Wait, I got to go back. About 2 steps,
You missed,
maybe 3.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that.
Okay, so you have this. It's a variable annuity, I'm
Yep.
assuming, because you mentioned Vanguard.
Yes.
Yeah. But someone sold it to
didn't
you
buy
within
it.
Vanguard,
No,
or did
he
someone
had it
sell
and
it
he
to
moved
you?
it over to Vanguard.
So you did a 1035 exchange to Vanguard, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
All right.
what's your question?
I think he's fine with
What do I
it
do with
personally.
Oh,
I
what
don't-
leave it
I
al-
don't want to annuitize.
Well,
I don't want
No, leave it the heck alone.
you don't have to annuitize it.
No,
I know, and the good thing is that it's not part of your RMD.
no.
Well, no, because you just said it's not an IRA.
Right.
It's just
no.
a
You don't have
taxable
to.
account.
That's why
have to take it out.
I applaud you for moving it to Vanguard. You took your fees down
Way down.
dramatically.
Yeah.
Smart move. If you don't need the money, I'd leave it alone.
Put
I
it
wouldn't
all
take
in
it out
stocks
you're
there.
going to be
Yeah.
you're going to be taxed like crazy on it when you take it out because you got a huge profit, and you don't have to take it out. I wouldn't touch it at all.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
If you're sick of investing through an insurance agent or a stockbroker and you're in the market for a fee-only advisor who charges truly low fees and uses a scientific approach to building portfolios for your risk tolerance and need, you should check out Vestory. Tom and I started this firm, and it is devoted to educating everyone, total transparency, clarity, low fees, and great service. If you're looking for an advisor, you ought to at least take a look at us at Vestory.com. That's Vestory.com. Or give us a call, 800-386-3004.
Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
We are, because it's really important, and we really want to help you get this stuff right. We do. 855-935-TALK is our phone number. We've been trying to help people get this right for long time.
Thousands of years now.
30 years for me on the money stuff,
Yeah.
anyway. That's why I have a
I was
podcast.
a disc jockey way back in the 1970s, and there was a guy, wasn't there a guy who came to our podcast and said I still sounded like a disc jockey from the 1970s?
Kind of. Yeah. Somebody said
That's
that.
okay. I'll take that. That's all right. If
Well, I
you
was
want me
gonna
to
say,
introduce
that's the
Casey and the Sunshine Band, I could do that too. No problem.
That's the reason I have a podcast called Money 30, and
I
we were
love
going to
it. Yeah,
get
it's a
to
great
this
one.
topic, but
Oh,
we
pardon me.
didn't. And that is the topic of you being your own worst enemy when it comes to investing.
Oh, you want
I
to start
created-
doing your word game here soon?
Yeah, no. I created a whole series of podcasts on that this past week. And by the way, they've ranked among the most listened to episodes of podcasts in iTunes.
Wow.
In not iTunes anymore.
Now,
It's called
is
Apple
that because
Podcasts.
there's a guy in Romania that's gaming the system, or are these actually people listening?
No, this podcast has done really well.
Okay.
This particular episode.
But is there
the
a
other
guy in-
episode that the other episode that did really well was the Jordan Goodman episode.
Yeah, not
of our
surprised
show.
to hear that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Your old pal,
but go-
old pal,
go-
Jordan
Go
Goodman.
listen to it. He's not my pal. He was
Not
a guest
anymore.
on my
He's not.
show.
Not anymore. He said nice things about you, and you treated it anyway.
You know, some of us have to be a little bit critical sometimes. It's like why Anthony Bourdain did so well. He was always critical. He
Okay.
didn't mince words. I don't
True.
like mincing words.
That's
and,
true.
I
That's
just
my
tell
job,
it-
I guess.
I tell it the
I'm the
way
mincer.
I call it as I sees it.
You're the hacker.
855-935-TALK's our number. And Stephanie? Yeah, Stephanie's next. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hi. Thank you, gentlemen. I have a question about the 529. I have my kids' college money in the 529, New York 529. And I thought it has, there's two categories. There's the advisor guided one, and then there's the self-guided one.
Yep.
And I thought the self-guided one, the fees on it is pretty low. So that's why I've been, leaving the money in there. And so I heard you guys.
Well, they're not outrageous. No.
No, she's talking about New York, I thought she said.
Yeah, but they're not outrageous. I've looked.
It wouldn't
at
be
the
our
thing,
favorite pick. There are places to get better funds at a lower cost. That's all.
Better funds, and really the trick is the better funds. For example, both Utah and West Virginia offer dimensional funds. Utah offers, and West Virginia offers Vanguard too, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, Vanguard and dimensional.
So New York is Vanguard too. I think.
But it's a little. But they're last I looked, and I haven't looked at it in 2
We don't look at this
years.
every week, because there's a lot to look at.
But again, it's not terrible. No, I mean it's fine to be there.
Okay.
When we're talking to somebody, we're looking at the ones we've looked at recently. We know the funds are good. We've had good experiences with them. We don't get any kickbacks from West Virginia or Utah, but those have been great.
Speak for
the
yourself.
New York program is not bad.
Okay.
At least last I looked. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephanie. Take care. And Jerry, you're next. No, wait, not Jerry.
No,
Keith is next. Keith, you're up. Welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hey, thanks.
Got
guys.
Alan over.
So,
hey, what's up?
The question. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I was actually going to ask a very similar question to the last lady. I got a 529 with the New York plan. And
wow, what are the odds?
That is crazy. Go ahead.
So what I was wondering was, should I switch to the Utah plan or just leave that money
How many
there?
years till till the money will be used?
That's a big.
At least 16 years.
Oh, then in that case,
my
yes,
gosh.
I would. Yeah.
Well, let me. You know what? I haven't looked at the New York 529 in a while. Tell you what. Keep listening. Let me do some more research on it because it's been several years since I looked at New York. Let me see where their fee structure is right now, and I'll mention it on the air in a little bit after the next break, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Keith. I appreciate the call.
Yeah. Wow, two people from New York.
That's really strange. Wow.
So you're taking a look at Yeah, I mean, because this has come up. I mean, I can't remember how long ago I looked at the New York plan. It's been 5 or 6 years, I believe, a long time.
Yeah, and it could have been even more because time flies when you get old. But I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna get some more detail.
The days
I don't want to give it
darker.
I don't
the
want to give it
days are
this
shorter.
cursory glance. I wanna actually, give it what it deserves.
Give it a little more time there.
And you know what's funny? 529s are very, very, very competitive.
They've gotten more competitive. In the old days, remember they had broker sold products. They had a lot of crummy, high expense funds. So somebody said, "Wait a minute, they got this other thing and this other. We should do that." So, and I know we took the Washington Dream Along plan to task a bit but it's not a bad plan. It's just not as good as the others. Okay, is that all right? Can we say that?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, you can say that.
All right.
They charge, here it is. It's 0.15% per year plus whatever Vanguard fund fee that appears.
I'd have to get all of them side
by
by
side.
No,
that's total. They just are rounding everything up to 0.15. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
No. That I from what I recall, it was higher, but I also think they offered a lot of other choices, and now it's pretty much just Vanguard.
Oh, is it New York?
That's it. Yeah.
Do they have a cute name for their plan, or do they just go with the New York 529?
New York 529.
Wow. Hard. Maybe they should
remember that one.
Maybe they should go with Dream On, because I like Dream On. Dream Along I don't like. But okay.
Dream On almost sounds like your chance of making it to college is slim
Dream
to none.
on, brother.
Yeah. You think you're going to college? Well, dream on with the Dream On plan.
I know. It has a nice
Our fees are so high that we just tell you, Dream On.
Hey, look, it's a better branding than Dream Along. Come on.
No, it's not Dream Along.
What is
Dream Ahead.
Dream Ahead. Okay, it's better branding than Dream Ahead.
It is.
All
okay,
right,
Washington, just change it to the Washington State 529.
Just make it simple.
Or maybe just the Washington College Savings Program.
Oh, crazy.
The WAXUP.
Now you're getting silly again.
Well, it's like WashDOT. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
There's no H in it anyway, and they still call it WashDOT.
It is kind of weird.
Isn't it WS dot?
Dot. Yes.
D-O-T? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Not WashDOT.
Washington State Department of Transportation.
I know.
All right.
But I'm just talking about Washington's branding generally. Maybe it's something in the water in Olympia.
Oh, you're going to go there? Because it's the water? Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was remembering the old Oli ads.
You're really showing your age.
I know. I used to drink it when I was a kid in Colorado.
I think it's still made somewhere. I think they still make Olympia
Oli
beer.
was even cheaper than Coors in Colorado. You could get Oli for like nothing. As a matter of fact, you didn't even have to be of legal drinking age. They were like outside the liquor store. They were going, "You're 16? Drink Oli. It's okay." Really, you're good.
I think it's still made. I think somebody still, because there's these niche brands. I think people still make them and sell them. Because I think I saw Rainier beer still sold too.
Oh, well, Rainier.
Yeah, exactly.
Olympia beer. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, because it's Saturday afternoon.
Olympia Brewing Company, brewed since 1896.
Woo.
It's still there somewhere. Yeah. Yes, I am.
It's not
over
made
21.
here anymore, but I don't know where it is. So,
Trust me, I am. Okay, I don't know where it's made, but it's still there. You're right. We'll be back.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
We mention 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255 throughout the podcast. But you need to know that you can call that number 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Leave your question, and those will be answered in special Talking Real Money podcasts that will appear on this particular site in the future. So give us a call, 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255.
For your real life and real future, Tom and Don are talking real money.
Despite the fact that they claim, Olympia Beer claims it's the water, they are no longer brewed in Tumwater.
I know, they're made in somewhere else, like
now
Milwaukee.
they were purchased by, get this, Pabst.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, back in the Midwest.
PBR. But where do they brew it?
I'm going to say Milwaukee.
It's definitely not the water
unless
where they brew it.
Taking the water out of the special artesian wells and hauling it off.
Actually, they're probably using recycled sewage, since they actually make it in Los Angeles, California.
Oh, you are really... I thought you were trying to clean up your rep this week. So much for that. That went right out the window.
Wait. Olympia was bought by Pabst, who is owned by Coors.
Oh, okay. It's hard to keep track of all this.
Miller
Isn't everybody
Coors.
just owned by InBev now? Isn't there one company that sells
No, it's
all
Miller
beer?
Coors and InBev.
Right,
That's it.
Figure it all out.
InBev AB. There isn't even an Anheuser-Busch anymore. What has this country come to?
There's one phone company.
If President Trump wants to do something about making America great again, we need a beer company.
And I need a good cigar for a dime. Come on.
I should have saved that for KVI.
Yeah, that would have been much better.
Oh, I should have saved
We
that.
can still do
okay.
that.
I'll
Tune in
reuse
next
that rant
hour.
on
We'll
KVR.
go again. Yeah, okay.
Because it's appropriate.
I agree.
855-935-TALK's our number, 855-935-8255. And Jerry, you're up next. Welcome to the show.
I'm with call it Dreamweaver. We got a song.
Oh, I like that. The Dreamweaver plan. That's good. Okay, I think that's really good. I like that.
Yeah, we think we have enough money to get you through the night.
Gary Wright is going to get you to college. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, I wonder about Edward Jones.
Whoa, did you just fall in a hole?
Did Edward Jones suck you into a black hole there?
Jerry was walking along and he fell into an open manhole.
Edward Jones manhole.
Jerry,
you there?
Yes.
Okay, what was your question?
About Edward Jones is offering some CDs, and they say FDIC insured.
Okay.
Now, are those okay to go into?
Edward Jones is offering an FDIC
of course,
insured
everybody
CD.
they sell. Yeah. They all sell brokered CDs. Every company, every brokerage firm in America sells broker CDs. What kind of rate are they offering you?
6 months, 2%.
6 months, 2%.
I think that's about the Hyatt bank rate. That's a pretty good deal, actually.
I'm checking it right now.
We can go to bankrate.com and you can look for the best deals there. So if it's all about
no, it ain't even close.
Oh,
Wait,
I thought it was.
hold
For
on.
6 months.
Hold on. Sorry, I was at
pretty
my wrong
short term. Yeah.
I was at the wrong term. 6 months. Yeah, that's a good rate.
Yeah.
Yep, take it. They are FDIC insured. They're brokered CDs.
Yeah.
They go out and they buy them on the market. You know, people who are selling an old CD, and because they make a market in CDs.
All right. Thank you.
All right. We're
You're
just glad
welcome.
you're okay. We thought you
I am.
disappeared.
Yeah,
or
I'm
something. Gone.
That either weird phone or he fell in a hole and he was crawling back out. But you know, I got to give him credit. As he's crawling out of the hole, he continued the conversation.
I know he didn't quit.
That
And
is a true professional caller.
people don't understand that somebody could sell an FDIC
Yes, you
insured
can.
CD. They don't have to be
Yep.
an FDIC.
Just like you can
firm.
sell a bond.
Correct. For free. Costs nothing.
Not for free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see that what happens is there's a bank out there probably that has a bunch of money, and they go to brokerage firms and say,
Right.
"Here, we'll give you X amount to place these certificates of deposit,
Yeah.
as long as you stay under the FDIC minimum, which is what is it nowadays?
Is it
They've changed- Is it $250?
I think it's $250. But you could, $250 per bank, correct? I believe so.
They talked about changing it. I don't know if it went down or up or whatever. I'm going to look, but it. Oh, let's
While you're
see.
doing that, quick reminder that
Yeah,
we have classes
250.
coming up this week, next week in Bellevue, June 13th, and then in Kirkland on June 28th, talkingrealmoney.com. Come join us and learn. Boom.
Yeah, that's what
All right,
they're
is that
about.
good? Okay.
They're actually educational experiences. They're not sales pitches, which is why we charge you for them. We'll be back.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
If you're looking for a nice short podcast to tide you over between episodes of Talking Real Money, check out Money 30. Money 30 podcasts are between 2 and 4 minutes long, and they're available at every major podcast service, including Apple Podcasts, or you can visit money30.com.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Because it's a really big part of your life, and we want to try to help you make it easier to deal with and teach you a few of the things you need to know to get through this life more comfortable and a little wealthier, maybe. 855-935-TALK is our phone number.
Not even
855.
wealthier, by the way. I don't think it's
more moneyed.
No, not even. I think it's just to put money in proper perspective.
Right, and secure. More
because that's
secure.
really what
a
it
good
is.
one.
That's
It's
what
about
everybody.
security.
Well, number one, everybody wants to make money with no risk. Number
All right,
two,
wait. You just used everybody.
Well, okay, most people.
You cannot
most
tell me
people.
that
if you took a survey of 100 people right now, 95 are going to say, "I want to make a lot of money. I don't want to take any risk with it." That's what everybody really wants.
Yeah, but
But
they still
they can't
like
get
making some people
Yeah.
like making a lot of money.
Well, I said that. Make money with no risk. Which part of that's not making a lot of money?
Well, I know, but you said it was about security, not wealth.
Well, yeah, okay. Okay, fair enough.
855-935-TALK, whatever. Sandy, it's your turn. Welcome to the show.
Who could argue with a talk show host? Okay, Sandy, go ahead.
What my wife has always said.
That's not smart. How can we help you?
Well, you can help me by explaining why each morning I hear that the stock market is up or the stock market is down. And I have no idea what it's compared to. Is it compared to yesterday, last year, 10 years ago, pre-Trump?
Yesterday.
Okay, first of all, who is doing stock market reports?
That would be me.
Oh, that's you? Don's
You
been doing
made
that?
me do it. It's always compared to yesterday.
Okay.
So if Don's on there at 7:50
it's always
in the morning,
compared to
right, yeah,
yesterday,
it's up,
except
whatever.
when I do the Saturday reports, and then I say that's up from a week ago.
But Don, you don't
Yes.
really say a week ago. You don't.
I did in
you don't
today's.
say it. Okay, good job. I'll give you credit then. But so it's really very meaningless, whatever it said, right?
Yes.
Well,
yes, it is.
It is.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I
We
totally agree. It's meaningless.
Yes.
Here's the thing. This
All
is
right,
what I'm
let him
trying
defend
let me try to
himself.
explain this.
Okay, please do.
The reason these stock, as a matter of fact, if you listen to a stock report that I don't do, the shorter ones, they'll just say the Dow's up 100 points.
Yep.
That's the whole report. I at least try to put it in a percentage perspective, but I don't say compared to yesterday because among the world of stock traders, that's implied.
That's a good point, though, by
most
the way. For a
people-
lot of people, they wouldn't know. Right, it's up 100
For
points.
most people, those numbers don't mean a thing.
Okay.
And by the way, you shouldn't be focused on them anyway.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Because
in fact,
it makes you make bad decisions, generally.
I hear you.
Yeah, no,
yes.
you're absolutely right.
But it's annoying for someone like me because I'm saying to myself, what the heck are you guys talking about? Why are you even telling me this if you're not going to tell me what it really means? So I was going to leave that.
And the other problem is I only have 30 seconds.
Yeah, they keep making it shorter. I think next week you only have 25. So,
But let me read you. Wait, I'm going to read you the report I did for Como News this morning. Are you ready?
Yeah, please do.
While most of the world's equity markets ended the week little changed from a week ago, the Italian equity markets were pounded down almost 5%.
Are you invested heavily in Italy, Sandy? You paying attention to the Italian market?
I'm not really sure, Tom. I work with vestries, so I'm
Oh, well. Yes, you're overweighted
You have
to
Italy. You have Italy. You're not overweighted to Italy.
Well, when I think of myself in Italy. I'm sorry?
Are you saying I'm fat?
No, I'm saying I'm fat, not you. I'm smarter than that. You got to give me a little credit there. Way smarter than that.
Yeah, you were supposed to laugh at that. Like, all men were supposed to laugh at that one, but okay.
Which one? That Tom was fat?
Tom was fat.
I laugh at him all the time.
The truth
Does the
hurts.
stock market make my butt look big? Okay.
And other critical things.
Okay, and our next caller is
Sandy. Thank you for.
No, I'm kidding, Sandy.
She raised a good point. No, very good point.
I got to tell you, Sandy, I do those reports with mixed emotions.
Yeah, right.
I have really tried to do some things that people don't otherwise do, like give percentages.
Well, and you've tried to make it a more of a global, not just U.S. stocks. You've tried to mix other markets.
Yeah,
in.
but I also get in little digs. And they're very little.
You got to really be paying attention.
Like one of the digs is
he's got a wrench in his hand while he's saying this too. By the way,
the old Dow 30 or the only 30 stock Dow Jones Industrial Average, because I got to tell you, I personally think the Dow Jones Industrial Average should be banned.
It's worthless
from the media completely and utterly.
And we have to do it because they ask us to.
They ask us to.
Yeah, right. I agree. Sandy, thank you for being a client, too, by the way.
It's my job.
No, I'm saying Sandy, thank you for being a client.
But I was talking about being told to do stuff.
You know? I'm so glad this only has another 19 minutes. Yeah, probably.
Rick, don't be mad.
Probably.
Rick.
You're in trouble.
855-935-TALK is our phone number. Oh, stop by.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
If you need help allocating your retirement plan at work, you can get free help at 401-411.com. That's 401-411.com.
Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
It's life, and money's a part of it. So we are here to help you deal with those money issues, to try to make it a little easier to deal with and keep you from getting into trouble with some of the folks who sell things and don't disclose things. We just believe in, real simple word, transparency.
Yeah, and that is a problem in the industry. But the other part of the problem is the other word you mentioned earlier, and that's education. You got to know something, because if you walk in, what do they say? The worst money lesson you can get is go to Wall Street. I mean, because if you walk in there with your money, they're going to tell you, we've got some great ideas for you and your money, which will be great for the people that are selling you the products, but not so great for you. So, I mean, and one of the things that comes up almost every time we meet with you is, I'm talking to the audience.
You're talking to them.
Everybody always says, I wish I'd known this 20 years ago. I wish I'd known this 25. I wish I'd done this 30 years ago, et cetera, et cetera. So that then, and for us and our clients, we tell them, let's work with your kids. Let's get the kids to get this right. That's why we've worked hard on, and we've mentioned this stuff like this on the air, Don, Acorns, which I think is still a fantastic way to get young people to save something and then learn how investing works, because the money just comes right out of their account, goes into an account where the money's invested in exchange-traded funds. It's widely diversified. It's done at a very low cost. So if we could teach young people a few things about money, and one of the places you could do it, hard as this is to believe, because I never went to a camp like this when I was a kid. No, I had to go outside and, go canoeing or stuff like that, or hiking. And
You mean the
making
fun
campfires.
stuff?
Oh yeah, that's right. So instead, how about going to a camp called like this, Camp Millionaire or Camp Moolah U? I thought you'd like that one. The Financial Investors Club of America, and this is my favorite, WizBiz Kids. Those are all camps you could send your kid to learn about money. And by the way, this kind of surprised me. Only 7 states now in the United States require high school students to take a course in personal finance. They're trying to fix that. But you could send your kids to one of these places, and I generally like them because I think you learn things like...
You do.
You learn things like the value of work, right? I mean, you got to go...
that part I like.
That's good. You learn saving something, not spending it all. I think there's value to that. And that, part of what you're thinking should be beyond today or tomorrow, right? There's a future there. You gotta plan for that. I love those things. Then... You're going to not like this because the devil's always in the detail on these.
Exactly. That's what I was. I'm just dying to hear what the details are.
I mean, I went and looked. There's one here in Seattle called Camp Millionaire, and I'm
looking at their website right now.
It's taught by somebody who used to work at
a brokerage firm.
Yeah, and what do they tell? They teach the kids about investing.
No, gambling.
Individual stocks. I mean, even in the article they talk about...
That's gambling.
Yeah, they talk about how we show them, hey, maybe you should be in Boeing instead of Microsoft or Starbucks instead of Costco. Yeah, I mean, that's...
So we're teaching them how to gamble.
Yeah, and you're learning about money in some ways because those other parts are very important. By the way, some of those camps I mentioned are about entrepreneurialism, which I think is also great.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, which I think that's great too. If you have a young person that says, I'm really interested in business, how does that work? That's fantastic. And generally those camps are good because they are thinking about money. We want kids to think about it to some degree, but we don't want them to think the stock picking contest. By the way, we just heard about one at a local high school that I won't mention today, too, that they're in the middle of a stock-picking contest operated by somebody that at the end of the semester will tell you who the big winner was, Don.
And I wonder why they don't offer a course then in high school or maybe a summer camp on responsible casino gambling. Maybe it would help kids from becoming compulsive gamblers. Program. Yeah, learn how to gamble responsibly. Don't be a compulsive gambler. Sponsored by the Seattle Area Casino Coalition.
And this was the show. Winds Casino. This was the show you were making friends on. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, I know. It really bothers me, and that's and by the way, one of the things they teach at Camp Millionaire is Robert Kiyosaki's method of making money.
That. Yeah, which is
just
ramp up the real estate, get rich.
Don't
buy mutual funds because those are horrible things to use. So yeah,
I personally would not send my kids to one of these camps. One, they don't look like much fun.
No,
and two, I'm not sure the lesson. I'm not sure the lesson is going to be all that valuable. And three, I don't know that they're going to carry that lesson with them. This is not something you learn when you're 9 years old.
No, it's hard. I agree. That was the part I was thinking about. How much can you take in of all this when you're 10?
And how much do you care at 10? Right. In college, you start to care, and that's really where this kind of financial literacy should happen. But in a college, wait a minute, what do they call colleges? Institutions of
higher learning?
Higher learning, yes. Where they believe in academic pursuits. Ooh. Maybe the courses that are taught in colleges should be based on academic research, science-based information, maybe not on what the stockbroker from Merrill Lynch says is the way to invest, which is most of the time the wrong way to invest. It's not investing. Yeah. It's gambling. Look it up. Go to your friendly neighborhood thesaurus. That's not a neighborhood in town. That's actually a book that's sometimes attached to your dictionary. And then type in the word invest. It's not a prehistoric animal either. It's a thesaurus, not a tyrannosaurus.
Depends on which door you go through.
And when you go down through the synonyms, and I'm in mine right now.
Yes.
Okay, number 2. They invested $18 million as in speculate.
Yeah.
No! Speculation is gambling. Investing is a scientific pursuit. Speculating is a hunch. I think such and such is going to go up. I think that the dealer isn't going to pull up an ace on his 6-4. You think. You don't know. You improve the odds by actually learning how to invest.
Yeah, there's a difference.
And with that said, aren't you teaching people how to invest on Wednesday?
Yeah. If you don't have plans for lunch, come out and join me.
And that is academically based.
Yeah, this is work done by Nobel Prize winners. This is not work dreamed up on Wall Street. By the way, as Eugene Fama points out in one of the videos, I love the video. I've been at this for like 55 years, and I've got 5 things about kind of how stock markets work. On Wall Street, they come up with about a new one every week.
Well, and then the video that follows that is the guy from, if you kept it in, from Blackstone talking about
the long,
a product.
Short, the
it's so
130% long and 30
it's
long.
like your eyes roll back in your head.
And it's based on feelings. He says, when we feel this is going to happen.
The market is going to go up. Yeah.
Feelings shouldn't be around your money because that's where really bad decisions happen.
Well, as a matter of fact, that's the whole point behind the 4 podcasts I did at Money 30. So go listen to those 4. That's a valuable education too.
Sign up
about
for
how
Wednesday
your
too.
Emotions. Yeah,
sign up for Wednesday. Seats left.
I'll tell you more about that in just a second because we're going to take a break and we'll come right back. We do have seats available. Go to TalkingRealMoney.com. TalkingRealMoney.com. I'll be right back.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Keeping the podcast breaks as painless as possible is my goal. That's why I want to very quickly tell you about the only magazine I've ever heard of that is 100% real investing all the time. There's no business news, no speculative advice, and certainly no lifestyle stuff. It's called Real Investing Journal. I publish it every quarter, and you can get 2 full years for only $25 at realinvestingjournal.com. That's realinvestingjournal.com.
For your real life and real future, Tom and Don are talking real money.
Yeah, we've got 2 classes coming up. These are actual classes where you will walk away with an education. If you don't, we'll give you your money back. I promise you your money back. Well, at Lunch Ed, that's ours. You can sign up for these. The classes on Wednesday in Bellevue at our education center. You get lunch and you get an education, and it is a truly valuable education. So sign up right now at TalkingRealMoney.com. That's TalkingRealMoney.com.
We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately and consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestry, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. That's a wrap.